Hi, friends. In our time together today, I'm going to introduce the hauntingly beautiful tune, The Brink of the White Rocks. I'll stick the Irish name right there. I won't embarrass myself by attempting to pronounce it. I need to spend a lot more time in Ireland to learn these things. I want to send a special shout out and thank you to Jerry, one of the members of our community, who pointed me to this absolutely gorgeous tune that we're learning today. It has challenges. We'll talk about that. Jerry, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, if my friends, you have tunes, be they Irish or something else, you want us to learn, stick a note in the notes to this video, and I actually have a long list, but I want to make it longer, of tunes that you all have recommended, and I want to introduce. I would love for you to tell me more. You could stick a note in the comments to this video. You could send me an email at lodscott@gmail.com. I'll put that email right there. Anyway, we'll follow our usual pattern. I'll stand and walk us through the tune so that you can see my fingers. I'll stick a link at the top of the notes to this video so that you could access the page on my website from which to download the music and tabs. If you use that, we're going to talk about challenges with the tune, ornamentation and expression, and the history of the tune. And that'll be it. I love this tune. And you will too. And we will get to the challenges. So here is the tune, Brink of the White Rocks. All right, that is the tune. I think it's really, really beautiful and a delight to play. Now, let's think through the difficulties we might experience. I'm going to avoid the obvious ones for right now. This is a tune in which I want us to focus on tone quality. Listen to yourself. How does that sound? Am I giving a consistent tone? Like, think of the B, the number of held B's in there, walking into that first ending. You're holding that quite a while. How does it sound? Secondly, I think the tune is intended to flow. Don't be too punchy with it. Use some good bouncy ornaments in it a bit, but let them even provide a smooth transition. Do what feels smooth in the tune. Now, there's something I don't talk about a lot that I think I'm going to have to talk about more soon. And that is the dynamics in the tune. You're starting off a little stronger, or moderately. going through, but when you get to that ending, you need to dial it down. See, when I got to that D and E, I picked the intensity back up a little bit. But when you're coming out of the second ending there, let it be gentle. And then as you're building up, then build with it as you're walking up into that second octave. You see how I just added intensity there, not speed, just emotional intensity behind your playing. And that's what I need us to learn to convey in this tune, is some emotion. And it's a great tune for that. Anyway, it's a beautiful tune. Now the obvious challenge in the tune is you're coming right out of the gate and you have to play that high A from the D. Remember, I've done some octave jumping and some jumping from lower to higher notes. This is why, because you get this kind of thing. You need to be able to go from the second octave D right up to that A, and that's really a challenge. And then you're coming down out of the second ending. You've got to go. And then from there, lean into it and let that high B sing. But we're going to have to learn to play it. That takes effort. It takes time. When I was, I've been playing woodwinds for, 50, 5 decades. I was going to say 50, 50 years. And it took me a while on my low whistle to learn to get into the second octave. Give yourself patience, give yourself time. But learn it because it pays dividends, my friends. So I think I just combined the difficulties and the ornamentation and expression section there, because it goes together with this one, doesn't it? So anyway, let's dive briefly into the history of the tune. This is another one. Man, there are rumors and thoughts, but not a lot of clarity. So Edward Bunting provided the very first transcription of the tune. He did a little pamphlet that was published in the 1790s, and it was hand done. And it looks like, because I've looked at some of the images, it looks like he was sitting listening to people play, and he's like feverishly scribbling on the paper. And then he published a pamphlet of a number of those. And he's got in there, in that 1790s pamphlet, he has a description as to where he heard the tune and from whom. And then he started providing, because what Bunting did was he would initially transcribe a tune he heard, and then he would massage it for piano. Oh well. This is a time before our whistles existed even. And so this is harp, it's accordion, so other instruments, violin being played, just a lot of other instruments. And so he's transcribing it for piano, making it more generic. And then, so he had a version of it, a slightly modified version in 1798 in a book he never published. And then in his 1840 publication, he published another slightly more modified version. But the funny thing is, he said, oh yeah, and I learned this tune from so-and-so in such and such a place. And it's completely different from what he said in the 1790s transcription. I guess I would lean to 1790s, but yeah, it's hard to know because it looks like he scribbled a note. It looks like an after the fact. I've looked at it. It's really hard to tell. And there are other people that provide transcriptions of the tune. There may be older versions that maybe exist, but it's slightly different. It's hard to tell. Um, there are a num there are most of the settings are very similar, but there are different sets of lyrics. And so it's even hard to tell from the lyrics where the tune's from and what it's about. All I know is that it's hauntingly beautiful and it should be played that way. Emotion, build, clarity. One of my favorite sets of lyrics, and I won't add the lyrics because there are a number of different sets, and it's hard to know which is really the reality. But one of them is of a young man speaking of his true love, who is worth more than all the gold of Spain and even all of Ireland to me. So that's, maybe, I don't know. I'd love to know. I'd love it to be that one, but you can't tell. Anyway, my friends, enjoy playing this absolutely beautiful tune. Put in the work to learn to play the top of the second octave. Put in the work to learn note clarity. Put in the work to play smooth. Put in the work to just emote. This one ticks a lot of boxes for us. A beautiful slow air. Again, Jerry, thank you. Again, my friends, tell me more tunes because I love introducing the tunes that you love. Until next time, this is Scott Shade. Happy low D whistling, my friends. And yes, this is just as amazing on your high D whistle.